and again, I know all the inside baseball folks. I don't try to sit up here and brag about this stuff, but I talk to Republican leadership. I talk to the patriots that are in intelligence, the highest levels, and they tried to recruit me when Trump first got in to officially work in their operation, and I respectfully declined. I said I want to work on my own, and it's too cloak and dagger. I had to be separate from government. But I was involved in the first launching of Q.
And beware of the saboteurs. Beware of the emotional hysteria and the mob mentality, the excitement that can easily get people intoxicated. That's when saboteurs come in and say, we want to get revenge. We want to get
and that's where they'll activate Q. Right. That's where they'll activate Q. Yeah. I'm going to spend a few minutes on this. I get up here and tell you, the operatives of the Trump campaign, they're very well-known names, said, yeah, we've done this operation. We saw how you helped put out the WikiLeaks and, put out their Satanism, but you got attacked for it. We've got a way to do this where we don't get the heat. And this is what our operation is. And I said, I just don't know about that. And I said, it just doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do it. And then within months, Q got taken away from him. So it was a White House operation, not authorized by Trump, but run by some of his top campaign people. And then it was very effective at first because we could hit them and then not have our people hit. So it's great to have a cloaked weapon. You can hit them with the truth, but then not get it. Then they took over 4chan and 8chan, the operatives did, and then turned it into a machine of BS to wind people up to go out and do violent stuff. Also believe that Trump was invincible and everything was handled when it wasn't, to try to pacify people. So when I tell you that, I know the three people that set it up, and I saw it taken away as I predicted it would be, just gut level. I looked at it, I said, I don't do stuff clandestine. My power is I'm in the light. My power is it's 100% straight. I said, I get what you're doing. I understand it, but it got taken away from them because the globals control the tech. They control the media, and people can't recognize one thing from another. So Q was 100% real at first. Within 3 months of Q, it was vaporized. And again, they tried to recruit me and some of my people. Q is run by the deep state. Do not follow anybody claiming they're Q. I had the founder of Q at my house about 2 years ago. It started out just as some guys having some fun that were authorized to engage in psyops. So it did start with people in the Trump campaign and people that worked in U.S. intelligence. I've been told by 5 different Pentagon sources, high level, that whole 8chan thing is real and that they're basically forecasting what they'd like to see happen and giving you information. But so that's definitely real. And that's why Corsi's been, I'll let you know because the enemy knows. The White House directly asked Corsi to be on the 8chan beat a month ago. So, that's directly from the White House.
Dr. Corsi is so smart. And then one other thing,
but what does that say about QAnon? Whether it's, we're being told by the White House, please cover this. So what does that tell you? Like MTG and General Flynn and myself to a certain extent knew what was going on with the Q thing and knew that there was a tug of war going on over this anonymous thing. And so, let's just try to co-opt it away from the bad guys that are using it and use it for good. And that's what General Flynn tried to do. Okay. Had discussions with him about
just different psychological operations, but then have a segment about QAnon where I can just ask you very, kind of simple questions about it. 'Cause I think that there's people that still they'll watch an interview with you where you say, look, this is don't fall for it. And they're like, oh, it's all optics, and of course he's not going to tell us that it's, so I want to try to just create clarity for people.
Seth, is your audience that stupid though? Are people that stupid? Look at what's happening in the House of Representatives today. This is historic. We have the first time in over 100 years, we have not been able to choose a Speaker of the House. If there's a goddamn plan that QAnon has, they better get it up and operating because, I'm not even sure I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, actually, because I just think I'm that irritated by people still believing in this bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that I think that a lot of people, they don't, you have.
Again, Seth, I like you. But I'm going to tell you, if you have an audience that believes in this stuff, then you have done something with your audience that allows a gullibility to exist that we don't need in this country right now. This country is on the verge of becoming a communist nation or a fascist nation if Klaus Schwab has his way. Yeah. I mean, there's no plan. I don't know what, QAnon, whatever the hell it is. It's a damn good psyop. That's what it is, and it's been directed against the American people.
I, Jack Flynn,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support and defend
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties. Of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Where we go one, we go all. God bless America.
You've mentioned General Flynn several times, and I'm wondering, do you guys go back to your intelligence days? Is he an old friend? Or?
Now, I know Mike Flynn personally, and I know one other person whose name I cannot share with you. And I believe that QAnon is the single greatest information operation in the history of humanity. And now I'm talking to, I'd say, easily a dozen people who are themselves associated in some way with QAnon.
Do you have an idea of how many are involved?
I keep hearing the number 5 as the actual number of people that are writing. Q is an elaborately constructed operation that's been planned for years that is clearly achieving extraordinary impact.
Have you at any point had any involvement in QAnon?
No.
In any way?
No. I am not one of the QAnon people.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like so many things you really were in front of.
Q.
I don't.
I think what you should be focusing on is not Q. You should be focusing on the Great Awakening.
And what's the distinction there?
The Great Awakening is at the heart and soul of the public.
What is the Great Awakening?
I think the Great Awakening is people are starting to realize that if they don't pay attention and govern themselves, they will become slaves.
I am present. I am here, O God, and I am the instrument of those sevenfold rays and archangels.
We are your instrument of those sevenfold rays and all your archangels, all of them.
And I will not retreat. I will take my stand. I will not fear to speak, and I will be the instrument of God's will, whatever it is.
We will not retreat. We will not retreat. We will stand our ground. We will not fear to speak. We will be the instrument of your will, whatever it is.
Here I am, so help me God, in the name of Archangel Michael and his legions. I am freeborn, and I shall remain freeborn, and I shall not be enslaved by any foe within or without.
In your name, and the name of your legions, we are freeborn, and we shall remain freeborn, and we shall not be enslaved by any foe, within or without. So help me God. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you very much.
Jerome Corsi and Roger Stone. Now, Roger, there are people who are spreading fake news, and I certainly don't want to ask you to disparage any of your colleagues, but we all know that you are acquainted with Robert David Steele, and there's
Yes.
a photograph of you with Robert David Steele.
Yes.
Standing under a portrait of, is it Theodore Roosevelt?
Yes, it's at PJ Clark's restaurant here in Washington, D.C. And the picture is 100% authentic. We had a very pleasant dinner together. We talked, global strategy.